Listen up, rude boy. If you're a fan of the Sly Guy podcast, I don't know what that voice was. Probably should cut that. We're not going to because we're rolling in the deep here like Adele in a swimming pool. Guys, if you're a fan of the podcast and you want more, you think once a week you're just sitting there like a real angry, horny teenager. You're like, fuck, I need to have more. One's not enough. I need to just have 3 or 4. Blah. Subscribe to patreon.com/Sly Guy podcast. You get a guest episode every week. You get Dog Walks with Dave. You get the extra Sly Guy podcast. You get early access to this. You get vlogs. You get shows. You get it all. But you don't get it unless you sign up. It's only fucking £2. I know there's a cost of living crisis, but who cares? £2? Fuck me. Can't even buy coffee for that anymore. But yet I'll come into your ears or into your eyes, whatever you want. I will do it, and I will make your week better. www.patreon.com/Sly Guy podcast. The Sly Guy podcast is brought to you in association with Modest Beer. It's sitting right here, and you can put it in your ear if that's where your gullet is. Yeah. Modest Beer sponsor the podcast. We're trying to work on some sort of slogan, some sort of song, some sort of promo for the product. I've pitched my ideas to Modest. I've said, listen, I've got some songs. Ooh, don't be modest, be modest. And they're like, that's contradictory because you're saying don't be modest but be modest. And I'm like, hey, that's what I do. But if you want to know more about Modest Beer, which is actually backed and supported by them, go to their website, www.modestbeer.co.uk, where you can subscribe to their brews letter. It's an email into your email box when there's anything Modest related. A new beer, some merch to be dropped, maybe live events, whatever. You get it there first at www.modestbeer.co.uk. And also, if you want to subscribe to their social media as well, their at handles are at Modest Beer. How fucking simple can that be? Get on it, support them, follow them, and enjoy the beer. If you like beer, get that into you. Ooh, yeah, they're not very narcissistic. Let's be broadest with modest. I'm the Sly Guy. Hello and welcome to this week's Sly Guy podcast. I've got another guest this week, obviously. I don't know why I keep getting guests. I don't like having guests. You do, and I'm just a great guy, aren't I? Fuck. But this week my guest is none other than the man who has a big Willy style. That's right, it's Willy T, William Thompson. This episode got a little bit out of control. We were recording just before we went for our Christmas lunch, so we were giddy, we were silly. We said some things that maybe get us into trouble. Who cares? It's all fun and games. Everything we said on this podcast was a joke. None of it was serious. Don't take us to court. It's all good. Guys, enjoy this week's episode with my friend and yours, soon-to-be criminal, William Thompson.
I'm going to add an extraterrestrial element to it and just essentially pitch it to them as Naked Gun meets Doctor Who.
I mean, that's a great way to start. Slide on in. You're off the edge.
Slide on in.
What I like is I don't know when this is going out because it's Christmas, so it could just be going out this week, next week, could go out in the new year, could go out, might never go out, mate. This could just be a waste of our time.
Yeah, thanks for that.
But we're going out for Christmas dinner, so I thought let's do a pod. I've been trying to get in for fucking weeks.
I know, I'm a busy. This
busy bear.
This is the worst 2 months of the year. I say worst.
Why, did you just get sad about stuff, or?
Oh yeah. Oh, do you not get that sad, this seasonal affective disorder?
No, because I get I've just been fucking down after I did all my shows and stuff. So now I'm like, after we didn't get a series, after I fucking didn't enjoy the Ulster Hall, and then I got really down, and I was like, hey, I just opened my phone up, looked on TikTok, saw Tom Smith, the entrepreneur, and realised, strive for more, Davey.
Yeah. I don't like positive, Davey.
No,
I'm glad you're like better mentally and all, but
yeah, I'm glad you're not about to top yourself.
It's annoying. You're less annoying when you're ready to
I know. I just feel like do you ever get it, especially in the world of comedy, people are just generally annoying, like from all walks.
No, we're weird.
No, not necessarily comedians, but people who are involved, bookers, producers, anybody that like wants to run. It's people, just too many people coming at you is annoying. You ever find that? And some days you just don't have it in you for it.
I don't know.
And then like I just got in a run, but at the minute I've realised Tom Smith has inspired me. Why should I be miserable when, every second every second goes, you're closer to death, mate, and you take nothing with you to the grave.
It's
So just live in the moment. Just live in the
You
moment.
could take loads. Pharaohs take loads with the grave.
Yeah, but then dirty wee white bastards came years later and fucking pillaged it and then put your dead corpse in the fucking Belfast Museum for people like me and you to go, oh, she's a bit fucking brown, isn't she? Yeah,
She hasn't aged well.
No, mad booty, per
It'd be
respect
weird.
to mad
Imagine
booty.
that, like, in thousands of years, just your grannies in the fucking...
I know, it's weird, like, and then, what do we, because you know Roselawn Graveyard
Yeah.
in Belfast?
Yeah.
They're apparently run out of space, and
Have you ever
apparently...
been there? It's packed.
Yeah, but apparently they don't have the physical structure, like the fields and all are too soddy, like too wet. So like apparently it'll collapse. There'll just be a mudslide of bodies.
I feel wet. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Nice
mean,
and moist. Yeah.
I just don't want to be
Can't
here.
fit any more in.
Nope, you're taking too much. It's
fuck yeah.
the boxes are packed and they're just fucking ready to
Yeah.
pour. You know, and I'm worried. I don't know because
How long is it until we don't even do gravestones? We just be like, put them in the fucking hole. We'll open up this hole,
yeah, I
put
mean
them in
that's
that hole.
something I don't understand. You know when you see like in American TV shows, they have like almost like drawers. They're like sarcophaguses, but they all go in and just people are just layered up, just popped
In a mortuary, do you mean?
No, but it's not like that's where they're resting. So it's like a proper. It's not just they're being checked out by the pathologist or shit. They're actually they're staying there.
Do they have that? They just have a drawer full of
Yeah,
people?
but they're made of stone. It's not just like a proper. It's like stone.
Great song.
Yeah, there you go.
So big... I've never seen this,
Yeah,
so it's essentially
like-
just a big row, and
Yeah.
they pull out the drawers.
But no, once you're in, you're in. You
Well,
know what
that's
I mean?
kind of death, yeah.
Yeah, but the point is, it's not buried underground. They're just like stacked up in this big stone room.
Oh, cause so the stone can't slide open again?
No, it's just like, and I think it's a family, not a family plot because that's in the ground, but it's like a something. They have these wee buildings, like
Family wall.
something like that. Yeah, but
Put
it's
granny
it's
into
weird.
the wall, tarmac over,
Yeah,
fine.
like I mean, if you have your own house, that'd be good banter. Like I
Yeah.
love stories like that. Seeing serial killers kill people buried in the house, proper.
Well, like, nah, it's fucking why in your own house? That's so much paranoia. Bury them in a forest 20 miles away.
Yeah, but then, like, I think we're born in a bad time to be a serial killer. I think the glory days of serial killing are long
Oh,
gone.
yeah, you can't get away with shit.
No, see all these fibres and
So
all.
going about towns and be like, my name's, David Michaels, and then someone pulls you up on Facebook and you're like, nah, you're Ted Bundy, and
Yeah.
you've cut off people's faces.
Fuck. That's a bollocks, like, isn't
Yeah.
it? You know, the days of serial killing are long gone. But if you were to kill someone, like, let's get straight into it. And this is not the way this podcast usually goes. But
Merry
fucking
Christmas if you were to
happy,
murder someone.
listen, if you were to murder someone, what's your motive? Like, so, who would you murder? Like, what would be your target? Who would you go for?
Oh, yeah.
And then would you murder somebody? Because, I mean, if you wanted to kill somebody just to prove you could do it,
Yeah.
you'd have to, like, go and pick someone, like, homeless or something. Because then people might be looking for them and stuff.
I would definitely kill a white
you
guy
know,
because
yeah.
I don't want to be called racist.
True.
I'll be a murderer.
But speaking of racist,
Is it real? Is it,
no, people
white
said...
people are privileged anyway.
But people said Jeff
So-
Dahmer was racist. I would argue he's the opposite of racist.
Well, he was fucking them and then killing them.
Yeah, but
There's no fucking involved in
He
mine.
loved black guys. Like he didn't hate them. Like that's not racist. In fact, he loved them too much to the point that it was a problem.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, that's I think the fucking them point is the important part of that. Mm-hmm. If he wasn't fucking them, I'd say maybe racist. But
Yeah,
he was fucking them.
yeah, and like he actually wanted. They were his type, you know. Like if he was on a bio of like people he's looking for, he likes black men,
Yeah.
black athletic men.
Did you ever get sympathy watching the series? Did you get sympathy for Jeff Dahmer? I spat everywhere. I apologize.
No, because I sort of before kind of did when like I watched his interviews and stuff because I'm into serial killers.
That's your type of man.
Yeah, my kind of guy is it doesn't matter creed, religion, color, whatever.
Creed or serial killers?
Yeah, Scott Stapp.
Hello, my friend. We'll meet a girl.
I mean, what a way to threaten somebody. It's been a while. Where should we begin? Like cutting your face off. But
what state did you leave the body in? With eyes wide open.
there's so many great. What's that other one? Is like I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe stabbing.
I just see
too
Eddie
messy.
Growl doing frog splashes off ladders every time you sing.
But Creed. Well, by the way, how good were Creed in the noughties? Side point. No,
Don't know.
but
It's 5.
and I was like 25. But he was like normal serial killers are all smug about it and all. Be like, I'm not telling you where the bodies are. Yeah. I did it because I could get away with it, you know. Whereas Dahmer seemed to be like, you know, his motive wasn't the fun. His motive was he wanted to just fuck the most still guys he could meet, and he's like, they can't be stiller than if they're dead, and that's, each to their own, but too far. Jeff.
He wouldn't fuck Stiller?
No, I mean, no, because Ben Stiller.
I don't like Meet the Fockers.
No, Ben Stiller was a white Jewish guy, and that's not his wheelhouse. Like,
off topic, but Ben Stiller underrated or not?
Oh, absolutely.
I feel he is.
Ben Stiller's great.
He's fucking brilliant.
Like,
So was his dad.
Jerry Stiller.
Jerry Stiller?
Classic. Like, anytime Ben Stiller's in a film, you'll watch it. Like,
Yeah. If anyone was needed to play angry old Jewish dad,
Jerry
Stiller knocks it out of the park every
But
fucking time.
I love Ben Stiller, and his movies are great.
Yeah.
But here's another one. It's just, how do we need to close this Dahmer thing first of all. Dahmer's a piece of shit, and I did initially feel sorry for him, but now I don't. Watching the series,
What a
I'm like,
hot
nah,
take
you're a
you
piece of
have
shit.
about this
There you go.
30-year-old
Sorry,
murder case.
piece of shit, Dahmer. All right.
Hey, Dave, how do you feel about Fred and Rose West?
You know what? They should have been in like a place like Muckamore. Those guys' heads were away.
Muckamore?
Like Muckamore Abbey, the loony house. Up
You
in
can't have a loony house and call it
Knockbracken.
Muckamore.
That's just called Muckamore.
That sounds like a Saturday kids TV show. Welcome to Muckamore, and there's pour custard on you.
Well, I mean, that's what should happen to people in Muckamore.
You've to do Dunk for Apples with JLS as Dick and Dom host. That's what happens in Muckamore.
Welcome to Muckamore. I mean, that would make Muckamore much more enjoyable, a place for the inmates. I don't know if you call them inmates.
You can always muck more at Muckamore.
There you go. So yeah, they should be there.
Yeah.
What was it called before? Purdy'sburn, I think.
Is it not still called Purdy's?
No, I think they've changed that because it's Knockbracken. I think
That's not
now.
for my mind. Anytime a child is mildly annoying, every parent is like, I'm going to end up in Purdy'sburn.
Oh right, I thought you were about to say you're going to end up like, I'm fucking sending you to Purdy'sburn with your Uncle Gene. I'd be like, Uncle Gene? Gene's a woman's name. It can be a man's name too, and he's a fucking way in the head.
2022.
Yeah, but it was it's where you'd send Fred West.
Rosend West.
Rosen the West. But I mean, he was good too, though, wasn't he? In terms of serial killers as they go.
In terms of human morality, no.
But in terms
people?
of interesting stories, I like it when the serial killer does a job and then does something interesting with the body.
I think the best serial killers are ones we don't know. Do you know, like underground bands?
Yes.
The best ones, you haven't heard of them.
And then the ones like The Cure that everyone thinks, well, who's your favourite serial killer? Oh, Ted
Cure.
Bundy. Yeah. But that guy in The Cure, I think he sued his parents for being born. Robert Smith or something.
For him being born or for them
Yeah,
being
for him
born?
being born. Because he didn't consent to being born.
I hope he got into court and he was actually just kicked squarely in the bollocks by the jury, who were like, I had to take 3 days off work to come in here and listen to your 40-year-old emo fucking whining.
Imagine how annoying that'd be too.
I didn't consent to being born. Kill yourself then. Like, that's an easy fix.
Yeah, we could consent to that.
What
fair
if
enough.
he wins the court order and they just have to surgically put him back inside his man?
Oh, what if they have to put him back in his mum and then pull him back out again and shove him back in his dad's
Ask him
bollocks? Figure that out.
So they put him back inside his mother and then be like, now do you consent to being born?
Yeah, and he's like, nah. So then he pulls up out of the mum's vanny and up his dad's dick hole. That was your
Vanny? What is it with dudes over 40-year-old dudes saying vanny? There's no van.
Because when you say fanny, it sounds pervy.
Yeah, but vanny.
But I mean, not that I've ever said this exact phrase ever, but I imagine it's pervy. Oh, look at her fanny. It's gross. Oh.
See if you're walking down the street and you can see a girl's fanny like out the side of the shorts.
I mean, nowadays you fucking nearly can. I don't know what happened. We had a lockdown, COVID happened, and then went back, and girls just bras don't exist anymore.
I'm getting to that age now where I'm driving past girls and I'm being like, surely you're cold. Whereas you're younger, you should be like, oh, I look at that. But see, when you see a wee 18-year-old where there are certain, like, fucking...
It's a problem.
I don't want any problems here. I'm going to work, right?
Because then this is... I feel like it's going to the stage where now people are like, I'll do and wear whatever I want, but it can be on a little bit hard to deal with. Like, not that you're ogling or going, whoa, but sometimes if you see somebody...
Because you're not in the 70s sex comedy.
Whoa, but sometimes if you see somebody and they're not wearing appropriate clothes, your natural reaction is to be, goodness, you know what I mean? Goodness. And they'd be like, excuse me, what, are you perving? No, I can see your labia. I'm sorry, I'm not perving, but your labia's out and it's fluttering in the wind and... I can see it now, like, excuse me.
Like a piece of paper caught in the window.
Yeah, it's just, exactly. And it's like, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. Your flaps are out. Do you know what I mean?
That's how Forrest Gump starts, isn't it? Just a wee labia in the wind.
Which was, imagine if Elton John sang that at Diana's funeral. Being far more interesting.
Live your life like a levy in the wind.
Always flapping.
I fucking hate them. He wouldn't know what a levy is.
No, he wouldn't. He would, but he would know what a.
Well, he was married, wasn't he?
Oh, why?
Was
Well,
he married to Kiki D?
Kiki D. I don't know. I think I would have said Kiki D because here's the thing: he just sang a song with her, so I don't know if that
That's
works.
literally
Yeah, but I mean, I assume he's married to Kiki D, but then he's just ditched the Kiki and focused on the D, and now he's married to David Furnish, and fair play to him.
He wants Kevin's D, not Kiki's.
But this is what my problem is now going forward, is that I have 2 daughters, and they'll get to like teenage year, and I'll be like, please just cover up, like please don't.
You're gonna convert to Islam when your daughter's 16.
Exactly, and with big respect to that too. Just cover it, like I mean. But then it's like I do think that's genuinely a problem now. Like there's where the body positivity almost comes full circle, like. You know that you see that comedian who did the playing the keyboard, the trans.
I love that Jordan
lady. Yeah,
something.
But
Jordan Price.
Yeah, but why is it sweet for her to whop her cock out and start battering a keyboard?
I think it's fine if a dude does that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what's the difference between that and Louis C.K.? Do you know what I mean? Why can't Louis C.K. just be like, this is what I do now?
I don't know.
Part of my act.
Jordan,
do you know what I mean? But it's like
Jordan didn't bring them backstage to do it. I don't know.
Well, no, but Louis C.K.
I don't know.
was entirely wrong. But
I can't slag him because I'm like fucking warmed up for him.
Yeah.
But,
and then also did stand up before he did.
Yeah.
Classic.
He must. And I'll say this: he must be tired of these Louis came everywhere jokes.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of them, and I've just been around them.
But you know what? Was he making them?
No.
All right. He'd be like, "Don't sit there, mate." Why?
No.
Shizzle on it.
Oh no! I mean,
Don't use that handle. Why?
Just me being like, "Oh, I'm doing more for Louis C.K." But fucking carefully does some jizz on you.
But imagine you would. I was going to say have egg in your face, but spunk. Imagine
in my
literally he was like, "Nah, you do know.
Clear up my wee wrinkles.
I have to come now."
He doesn't get Mr. Miyagi about it.
Well, listen. See, when I do a gig,
I must come now.
But when I do a gig, I must do a poo before I.
You shit a lot.
I like to go on. Because I get a wee butterflies in my tummy, and I like to sit down, poo it out.
That's why I hate doing gigs in places with gender neutral bathrooms, because it's just a lot of shit. It's all comedians just ruining the place.
Yeah, but I mean, you know this quite well. I don't. For a man, you'd imagine having big smelly shits. Not the worst smelling shits in the world.
It's never the people you think.
No,
it's always the wee skinny girls.
Yeah, which by the way,
terribly.
I was trying to figure out a bit of stand up about that.
Why do wee skinny girls shit?
About why do like student girls do the worst shits?
It's because they do nothing but drink alcohol.
But can I also explain where this thought came to my mind and really drilled it home? I was at a restaurant in New York with my wife Catherine. It's a place called Raclette, right? So we had seen it on like social media. It was one of those places, you know, where like they have food, but then they come out with this hot bit of cheese and just go woof and just scrape like really melted cheese onto your dinner, and it's great. Like Louis C.K. he just comes in and jizzes on your fries, but then they come out. I
imagine he does it like black pepper.
He does.
Yeah, like you want some.
It's
want some more?
Here it is, but they're scraping that down.
It's an anniversary.
But I got a burger, right? And Catherine got some pasta dish that came out and just fucking boop, popped the cheese on it, and it was filling.
Did they consent?
Oh, I consented.
Was it consentful cheese?
I consented to the cheese.
You pulled your dick out when they got the cheese.
But these young girls beside me consented to like 4 goes at the same. I was looking at them going, "Where's all this food going?" And then the answer is into your shared bog in a fucking wee tiny upper flat in the east side somewhere, and you're just gonna, all this shit's just gonna clog and just fucking back up, and then the plumber will come and be like, "Oh, this is gonna be sexy, load of wee girls," and it's just a load of shit. It's not sexy at all. It's the opposite. It's horrible. It's a fucking serious problem. So I don't know how to figure that out into a bit, but like, and then I've known lots of girls too who would have like eaten.
Do the shits also come out like a big
cheesy
fondue?
They come out like a boojum. They just come out like a full wrap burrito.
What, a Mexican guy plates?
A big Mexican. No, a gender neutral guy with purple hair and earring and calls you bro, plates it into the toilet. Man, would you like some extra
rice? Clearly stoned smick.
Yeah. Do the smick boy. Want some more fucking rice, bro?
What sausage you want on that there?
And be like, "I don't want sausage, mate." He goes, "Oh, sorry, I should be working in the chippy. Fuck, where are my legs?" But
so anytime I run into a smick working anywhere, I just get, "Where's Paddy? She's not run up back the collar. I'll take you're mental."
You'd be like, "All right, mate. Cheers for the compliment." Do you not just hang about with him? Nah.
He gets the same when I'm not beside him. People are like, "Where's a wee one?"
You're mental. And I'm like, well, that's not a nice thing to say to somebody. Fucking hell, give us a break. You're a looper, mate.
I tell you,
you're bipolar and all.
Connor Burns was at Paddy's Waterfront show.
Yeah, now, let me point out, I thought that was a mug off from Shane. when he told me, I thought, because we did a similar thing to you, where we told you that somebody was annoyed at you. And
You
were
told
like,
me Tommy
"Oh,
McCarthy
fuck."
hates me.
Yeah, I told Tommy McCarthy
And I
hated
shit
you.
myself.
And you thought he was going to
And here's
spark
the
you
thing,
out.
it's not that I get annoyed if people hate me, it's he could kick my fucking.
I mean,
You could phone me and tell me you hated me and I'd
he
get
could
over
kick everyone's fucking. Like, it's the thing. Like, I was saying to him whenever we did a pod together, that I was like, whenever I was out drinking when I was younger, like, your mates would see him be like, oh, he'd knock you out. I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
fucking course he would. Like, what do you want me to do? Go up to him and go, oh, mate, you're a boxer. I'm a no.
That is what
Yeah.
they want. They want you to, because you're the big guy.
Yeah, but it's like, with all due respect, I have soft teeth. I didn't drink enough milk growing up, and if he'd have my wee dainty nose down my throat and my teeth.
You do strike me as like the big guy who's very sensitive, who doesn't like fighting.
No, but the problem with it is, see, when I hit, I lose fucking
Like, you
hair.
look
Stressed out.
You look like you should be throwing barrels at Mario as he's climbing up fucking
Oh,
ladders.
absolutely, yeah.
But deep down, you're just a
No.
big softy.
And it's
You're
always
like Lenny from Mice and Men.
And I have a wee mate who's a wee rat, and he would always fucking mouth off at people and then hide behind me, and I'd always fucking clunk with my big CT head. Oh.
See, I have mates that do that, and I openly rat them out.
Yeah, but you should
I'm
do.
like, no,
Fuck
hit him, man. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'll openly go. I won't back him up.
That's what I remember thinking. I remember looking at him going, yeah, well, obviously, what do you want me to do? The guy's out. The guy is a boxer.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? Go up to him and go, mate, you can I fucking... Man's there.
Tim McGarry, give me head, please. Give me head, please.
Give him my piece head.
Give me an Uncle Hand job. Uncle Hand.
Uncle hand job.
I meant to say Uncle Hand.
Give me an Uncle Hand job. Here, if anyone says uncle about it, he needs a wank.
I meant Uncle Hand.
Oh, fucking hell. I'll pervil over there.
Where's Big Mervyn? Big Mervyn's not. I was about to go out with Big Mervyn's here.
I mean, listen, here's what we do.
I've got Billy the Peeler's handcuffs here if you want.
We need to make the Give My Headpiece porno. We need to make that party, yeah.
Can I play Uncle Hand job?
You can play Uncle Wank. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. I'll play Big Pervin. I'll go off. Whoa.
Uncle Handy and Big Pervin.
Oh no, it's good. Pastor Smeg me, but that's stinking.
That's disgusting. It's a really slimy
Yeah,
guy.
just a smelly
Speaking of
stick.
cheese,
Oh no. Anyone order a comment bar? There's Pastor Smeg me. See, that's so gross. What would that be?
Da,
Just da?
Daddy,
Stepda?
Step.
You seem to be stuck in that wee washing
Yeah,
machine.
my da. Fucking step da.
And then it's like, oh, fucking bang, bang. Oh, stepma as well.
What would Cal be called?
Cal? Ooh, what would Cal be called?
Calalingus.
Oh, Calalingus, that's... Oh, no, I was going to say Canal, but that doesn't work.
Let's just change it. Cal becomes fucking in the arse.
But what did Butler say when we did Shane's podcast, when he was trying to say that Paddy was a hermaphrodite? Did he call him hermaphrodite or something?
No, Paddy McDonald said hermaphrodite. Yeah, Butler said hermaphrodite.
Butler was like, oh, flip, there's fucking...
Hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite.
And it said it 4 more times to the point we had to go, it's not working.
no,
Stop.
no.
We were being polite.
See, if his name was Mike and you called him Hamaphra Mike, might work, not Hermaphrodite. It's fucking nonsense.
It wasn't saying that because we all do shit that doesn't land and
But he
we're
stayed
polite
over it.
enough to go, we'll pretend you didn't say that. He said it like
Hermaphrodite. No, stop. It doesn't work. We just throw him in there, Hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite. So give my head, please. Come into your...
Yeah, give me head, please. Come into the fucking... Well, where would it? The Armagh Marketplace? Just the full section.
I want to see give my head, please. Do dirt.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it'd be great. I would just like to see a scene where Tim and Ma just snog. That'd be great. I just love to see that. Tim.
Like proper. It's like 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
You can hear the...
Like a Game of Thrones style sex scene. I want all the budget of an episode just into the sex scene. You see ditties and everything. You know, like whenever... Like, do you remember when in Game of Thrones when Daenerys comes out of the fire and she's in the nip?
Yeah.
Just Ma coming out of a riot. No gear on. Dad's like, get you in here.
What were we talking about that just evolved into
I have no idea. I don't know. I think we were talking about serial killers then. Yes, girls doing big shits. Yeah, girls doing big shits. That's all. Just an observation.
Yeah.
You know, comedians doing shits, shared toilets, Next
It's
thing
never
you know,
the big fat guys because they don't do big shits
No.
because that's where all the fat comes from.
from the
Like
so
shits that
we
we can't
store
have.
shit in our
We,
bodies.
yeah, we store it all.
So like if you cut me open, it's just going
It's just
to
all
absolutely
shit.
reek.
Yeah.
So imagine that. It's like you get your man Dr. Gunther von Hagens doing a live fucking.
Who the fuck's that?
He's the
Also,
guy
what
that does
stage of
body
society
works.
are we at that we're doing live stream surgeries now?
Yeah, but this
Hey guys, it's your.
there was a thing on the TV last week, a live fucking what's it called? Not pathology. It is pathology, but it's a fucking post-mortem of somebody live in the telly. Autopsy, yeah. So
Is pathology not dinosaurs?
no, that's something else.
Paleontology?
But paleontology, pathology is like they need to do a pathologist report to find out how somebody died. So I think it's all kind of similar.
Is that not a coroner's report?
Yeah, but they're all kind of same. Coroners, pathologists, post-mortem-ish things, which is post-mortems in Irish. I don't know what else. They just all kind of do that. They fuck about with corpses. Jordan Robinson will know he's in that. So,
Yeah, man. He shows up at the fucking coroner's office looking at 5.
Yeah.
Hey man, can I get 5 minutes on that scalpel? No.
He's like, nah, to be honest with you, the crowd's a bit dead tonight. Be like, why is Tim McGarry working? The crowd's a bit dead. Fuck, I love Tim. He's great, but he does deal drugs. But that's okay. It's neither here nor there, and I buy them, so it's fine.
I'd love imagine buying drugs off Tim McGarry, like meeting Tim McGarry and as the car park at 3 a.m. He's just in there with his girlfriend that doesn't speak in the front seat.
Yeah,
That's good stuff there, mate. I didn't get it from a usual guy. He fucked that right.
doesn't taste the best, but it smells good.
Yeah.
I'll know Tim. Right, so back to the girls doing big shits. They do. There you go.
Yeah.
That's at the end of that story.
We covered what you want to cover.
We covered what I want to cover. Again, how I'll make this into a bit. Keep an eye if I ever do any new shows this year. I have a bit about trying to figure out why young ladies do big shits.
I apologize. I'm very fucking unwell in this episode.
What's up with you?
Just got a cold, and then the cold seizes my body as well. So
I see. Are you still recovering from the long walk from the broken down car?
I'm just in winter. I'm in general pain, which sounds like a wrestler's name, but
It also sounds like something Colin will do on Patreon.
general pain.
Yeah, guys, subscribe to the Patreon.
Watch me catch my bollocks in my trousers.
Yeah, it's
general
just like
pain.
just jackass, but general pain. But Colin doesn't know. Maureen's recording it on a GoPro and just hurting him throughout the day. Bam. I mean, I would subscribe to
Just fucking rocks at him when he's in the shower.
Ah!
It's not even creative.
No, and it's always just rocks. Oh man, so you're hurt then after that. So anyone doesn't know, your car broke down a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you were just left in the middle of the fucking Craigamplet Hills, is that correct?
Church Road, exactly, yeah.
Wow, and then just had to
5
walk
hours I sat in that
in the
car.
cold.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
I generally was like, am I going to die? Am I going to die on the back roads of Hollywood?
I mean,
What a way to go.
yeah. It'd be sad. I would miss you if you died, to be honest, mate. So
Cheers,
please don't.
mate. Cheers.
You know, for a selfish
appreciate
level.
that.
I also need to apologise to you too. I was supposed to go to your show in the Limelight. I planned to do it, but I was going for a few quiet drinks with some friends in the afternoon, and I had about 6 pints, but they were all like 7%. I ended up completely fucking rattled. Couldn't stand up. Had to get collected by my mum. And
Is she not raging?
not really. I think she's, because it was either that or I would have gone out and been even, Lord knows what I'd done if I was at your show. I drank more for sure. Probably booked. I would have drank the gift that I caught you because I had it with me in my bag.
You'd have fit in with the rest of the crowd anyway.
So I was just going to say, how did it go? We haven't fully spoken about it.
It was one of those ones. Do you ever get? There's just like up the back. There's a lot of rowdiness.
Yes.
And the difficult thing when it's up the back in a big room.
Up the back.
General pain, but you can't deal with it when it's up the back because you can't see it. You can go like fuck up.
Yeah.
And I did a couple of times.
But there's a danger too, isn't it? Because when they're at the back, if you do that, you take away from the ones that are listening. And then it's a fucking awkward one. And that's why I think...
So I came off hating it. Mm-hmm. I got a lot of positive feedback about it, but hey, when do I not enjoy things I do?
Well, that's true. But the show was great, you know, from what I've seen. Great show.
I think I rewrote... it was basically 2.
Yeah.
So I rewrote about 40 minutes of it from July to December. I was like, fuck, I don't want to do this material now.
And are you planning on doing the show again?
No, it's
or done.
It's all
right,
done.
Okay.
It's all done. There's one more in Oma on the 10th of January.
Where's that in? Dailies?
Dailies.
Nice.
Dailies. And then, but no, we're working on a new work in progress. I'm taking around the UK. Going to bring it to Belfast for one show before doing Edinburgh.
You know what? I think you're a wee bit behind. Every time you're on the pod, you love to hide behind the mic. You know, your free face is always covered.
I don't mean to.
I know, but just come on round if that won't bite. And you're the one with the cold, not me. I'm over the cold.
Oh no, I don't want me to sick.
Shall we check something here? I'm just curious to see how much I slept last night because I had the cold. I did have the cold.
You're out of content, I guess.
And man, let's just check up Dave's.
Let's check the noises I made when I slept.
But I was
3 in the morning. I love those. Like at 3 in the morning, you sneezed.
But I was
5 in the morning, you yawned.
I was awake.
5:30, you screamed to the gods of darkness.
Just farted. But I am weird in bed. Let me just point that out.
How weird? Don't look at me.
Well, Catherine said she woke up a couple of months ago and said that I was like, she says, I don't know what position you were in, but you were like, you weren't on your hands and knees, but you were on all fours, and I think you were almost doing like a plank, but you were in my face just staring at me, and I woke up, I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, what are you doing? And you just didn't speak to me. And then she said, then I just turned around and went back to sleep, and she said, I thought you were going to kill me, and I don't remember this. So I must have been asleep just staring at her.
Imagine you kill someone, you have to pounce like a tiger.
I know, and I was like, that's...
Like you trying to hide in long grass, and everyone's like, Dave, we can see you. And you're,
Then she was saying to me, she was like, I can see you. She was like, what are you doing? Dave, what are you doing? And I just... nothing. Didn't say a word, just turned around and went back to sleep. And she said, you look like a serial killer. But the point was, I was sick, right? Anyway, for the last couple of weeks, and I had a few things on. Like, it was Holly's birthday, so we had to do that. I did the gig in the Strand that you came to.
Yes, how was that?
Really good fun. Actually, I have a few dates that I'm going to pop your way as well, because I have a few Strands booked. And I went to bed last night. I don't know what.
Have you put your fucking flashlight off?
Is it on?
Yes.
What an old guy.
He was literally like into the camera shining your flashlight.
Why am I 70?
Let me pop a few dates your way, young man. My wife says I make weird noises and I don't actually shake as much as you think I would.
Oh, sorry about that. I swear to God, I'm all right. But yeah, so basically yesterday, so it was did the Strand, then we're doing stuff with the kids. No, I went out drinking on Saturday. Belfast, overrated.
Where do you go to drink? What do you mean?
I just
if you say Bangor, I'm swinging.
No, well, Bangor's the best for pints at my age. You know, you go and get a nice bit of pub life. It's nice. You get a wee bar, you can sit down, nice pints, all good. I went to the Crowns. We got off the train. It was just packed to the deck, like sardines. Got a pint of Belfast lager. Wasn't to my taste.
What part of the train is the dick?
Pardon?
What part of the train is the dick?
The train? What did I say?
You said it's packed to the dick.
No, the train wasn't packed to the deck. The Crown was.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But if you're talking about the deck, where's the
what
Crown?
area
the Crown
of
and the deck
a building
is
is
just
the
where
deck?
the deck meets the...
But no, when people say, when does it become busy and packed to the deck, what is the threshold?
I think whenever you're being touched by other people at all sides,
yeah,
it's like all-encompassing, like a big dick.
Yeah.
So it's packed to the deck.
This orgy is
couldn't
packed
just
to the
relax.
deck.
Then went around to Pug Uglies, also packed to the deck. I was like, oh, this is too packed to the deck for me. So then we went to the Boneyard, which was quiet enough, so we were able to get a few drinks in there, bit of table service. Big shout out to Emily and Chloe in there.
I've told you why I don't like drinking in pugs, haven't I?
Why's that? Oh no.
Because I went on a date there.
Oh yes, this is great.
Yeah, I went on a date one time. And you know what's his name?
Simon.
I don't know if I should say his name.
Fucking me, he'll love it.
He'll love this. So I was on a date and it was going well. It was the first time I'd ever met the girl.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just chatting, just general fucking date banter. Just, oh, very good, what are you doing? Oh, God, what a nice job. And then he sat down beside her and went, are you on a date with him? And she went, yeah, why? And he went, just so you know, we have had complaints about him spiking drinks. So watch out. And then he just left without acknowledging he was joking or that he knew me.
And how did you come back from that?
Didn't.
Yeah.
The atmosphere was sour. I was like, didn't help that I went, oh, do you want, as soon as he left, I went, do you want another drink? I'd be the worst dude to spike people anyway. I'd have like a fit. There'd be like 7 fucking tablets around the fizz and
drink.
Like
Salt Bay.
I'm like trying to throw pennies in the cup with me. I'm just like,
a Salt Bay.
Sexual assault Bay.
I mean, that's a way to get away with it. So imagine you dressed yourself up like him. And you turn and be like, people will be like, what's he like?
I don't think because you're doing it in a cool way, you're going to be alright with spiking people.
But that would distract people from what you're actually doing.
There's the real artistry to spiking.
I've told you about a guy who my mates went to uni with. He used to spike people, and it was like back in the day, so it was in the noughties. It wasn't, for some reason.
Right, no, I'm going to stop you here. No, it doesn't matter.
No, I know it doesn't, but for some reason... It was like people didn't have the same reaction to it. The guy's name was Reese, and his nickname was Reese Hypnol, because he would just go around, drop things in people's drinks. They're like, fuck, Reception's done again. And when they told me about it, I was like,
Why
no.
are people getting sexually assaulted by
He
a
should
Peter
be in
Kay
prison,
character?
you know, exactly. Reception. But apparently that's what he did. I imagine now. I've
Were
never
you
met
friends
the guy.
with him?
No, I never met the guy. He went to uni with friends of mine.
So what would he drop or hypno in there?
Allegedly so, and they were like, "Fuck, he's at it again." But I hope he's now in prison. I hope that's how that ended up.
That's more than
'Cause
just
whenever they
playful
told me, I
banter.
was like, "Nah, that's a problem."
That's more than taking your shirt off when Rihanna comes on in the bar. Do you know what I mean?
We're not allowed to talk about Rihanna.
Why?
I had a dream about her.
Did you?
Told Catherine about it. Didn't like it.
Why? What was the dream?
Well, to be fair, I was on very good behaviour. Because I was doing my... this is how ridiculous this is. I was doing a solo show in the Limelight, and Rihanna was just on beforehand. She was doing her show first. So she had finished her
Great
show.
shake tonight, David.
And she
Did
came
you ever get your boyfriend just smacking the fuck out of you in a Ferrari?
Shit, she could open. But she was backstage basically needing a good saying to. And I was like, I'm going on stage here and I'm married, so... Yeah. I can't be at it. She's like, just come on, give it a wee rattle here. And Rihanna, come on. I have to go on here. Let me
You're sex in the air and I like a smelly, Dave. Come on.
I have butlers on stage now. I'm literally bringing me on here, so I can't. And I told Catherine that. I was like, in the dream, it was very plausible that Rihanna was genuinely trying it on. And I felt fucking good when I woke up. I was like, big man still got it here. You know, if you can try it with Rihanna, happy days. Then I tried it with Catherine. She was like, absolutely not, go away. And I'm like, all right, sweet. Fuck. Shit.
How many famous celebrities do you think she's bucked?
My wife?
Yeah. No, Rihanna.
Fuck, I say, no, should we ring her? Listen, I ever bucked a famous person?
Willy has a list of names here.
Yeah.
Jimmy Nesbitt, Jay-Z. These are both for Rihanna.
Yeah, both for Rihanna. Well, I mean, apparently she did buck Jay-Z, didn't she?
I heard that, but I don't know if that's
she's got a kid with A$AP Rocky, so I would say he's
I've heard she's gone about a fair bit. I remember Drake famously trying to and couldn't.
Is Drake, like, I mean, this is another hot take, and I know you're the man that calls out nonsense, not me, but is Drake a pedo?
Yeah, there's stories about. I'd imagine he likes him young, but I don't know if he's full blown pedo. There was that thing he was texting Millie Bobby Brown, which he could just be being nice and being like, "This girl's 15, she's gonna get a lot of fame. Here's how you deal with it."
Oh, I think you say, "Here's how you groom her."
No, here's what you're doing. I don't know if he's full R. Kelly.
Yeah, but I mean, it could have been like if he should have just said it was Bobby Brown, the singer. Whitney Houston's ex-husband.
Is he not dead?
No, her daughter, also called Bobby Brown, is dead, but the husband's not.
What was he in? What's his song?
Prison for beating the shit out of her.
Was he? Did you go to jail for that shit?
Pretty sure, yeah.
I'm fairly behind him.
But Bobby Brown, did he sing Not She's Got That Vibe? Because that's R. Kelly.
Candy girl,
probably.
you're all my world.
I mean, I don't want to say I'm a big fan of Bobby Brown because I get me in trouble. Bobby Brown.
Him and Whitney were wee crackheads, weren't they?
Well, I mean,
she done smoked her kneecaps off.
They like to sniff, didn't they? Did he sing "Damn, damn, 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 make the mighty strange"? Girl thing. That's he sang. That's my prerogative. They say I'm crazy. Britney Spears sang it. Really don't care. That's my prerogative.
No, I'm not big into Britney.
Britney, no. Well, apparently she's actually my call for the celebrity to die in 2023. I'm going to put it out there. I've called it each year so far. Now, the last 2 years, I called the Queen this year. I called Prince Philip the year before. I'm not exactly reaching for the stars. This year...
Who's Psychic Glenn called?
I don't know, but I'll have to ask him.
He could cause it.
We're going for lunch. He's calling Putin, but he's calling Putin before the end of the year.
Yeah.
He's like your man that supports Man United. Calling Putin for the end of the season, mate. It's like, nah. But then he says he hope he doesn't die now for some reason.
You could do me.
Yeah.
That's my favourite.
Ask him, get Glenn at lunch and say who's dying in 2023. And if he says Britney Spears...
Yeah. Hey, the best tweet I saw recently was someone saying, we need Britney Spears' dad to take control of Kanye West.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I'm Britney Spears' dad, I'm coming out.
You want the world to know?
No, if I'm Britney Spears' dad, I'm coming out and being like, hey, told you, didn't I? I mean, hey.
That's the thing, everyone was like, this is awful. She needs to be set free. She needs to do her own thing. And within 2 weeks, everyone was like...
Send her back.
Yeah, you may have had a point. She was on Instagram for 5 minutes before she went, here's my full tits. And we were like, right, okay, maybe she's not the sweet 17-year-old girl we all remember.
Yeah. And then people are like, no, but she's...
But everyone going, why is she mental? Why is this girl we actively went on the news going, you'd like to fuck this 15-year-old?
Yeah.
Why is she mental?
Oh,
is that Britney's dad?
I hope so.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Who's coming into Muckamore?
Welcome to Muckamore Abbey. Oh, it's Frosty.
Yeah.
We are indeed, yeah.
Apologies.
What's the
It's
crack?
Uncle Frosty.
I just saw your wee gift, thanks.
Alright, that's okay, no problem.
I'll
That's okay. Well, we'll be finished in about 10 minutes anyway, so
Yes.
there we go.
It's a party.
Yeah, see you at the party.
It's Frosty hits us.
Yeah, Frosty hits us.
If we don't do our podcasts in time, he's like, you better be fucking working in there.
But he's going to get the party set up, and we do need to get there soonish because we
Which
might
is soon in Irish.
Yeah, because we might end up sitting beside Kieran's mum.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to contain myself with a few drinks. She's a
How
sexy lady.
funny it would be if we just sat for Kieran's mom for like an hour.
It'd be great. Imagine you were just, everyone's like, we're going home. You're like, no, we're just heading over to,
It's
over
me,
to Alexander's
Kieran's
here.
mom.
Yeah, see, yeah.
And she's got like her arm around us, and we were like,
Yeah.
we're
He
going
would.
up. We're going up to the.
He hate that.
His mom was like, we're going up to the bakery to get a scone.
I was wondering what that meant. Like, I thought that was some kind of like euphemism there.
No,
Or
it's
some
just
sort
an
of,
actual
I'm
scone.
going to the bakery
To get a
to get a
scone.
scone. I tell you what I'm getting in the bakery. A glazed ring.
I'm gonna get a sandwich, and then we're gonna get food.
Like, what does that even mean? And then we're going to get chips and lettuce and some spunk. What?
What?
Too much Louis C.K.
I'm gonna be really disappointed when I meet Kieran's mom. She's like, "Good to see you, little man." Like she's joined the Black Panthers.
It's a pleasure to meet you, my friend.
Yeah, yeah.
My
Hello,
brother.
my white brother.
You're like, all right, nice. Speaking of white
Cunt.
people and people calling people names and skin color and whatever, I got called a white N-word whenever
by?
I was in San Francisco.
Was it by
story.
another white guy?
No, it was by a homeless black man who was heavily sedated on drugs.
Was it Bobby
Yeah.
Brown?
It could have been
Bobby
It could have
Brown.
very well been. But he said to me, this is a true story. I was walking along. I was in a place in San Francisco I was told to avoid called the Tenderloin, which is not a good place. If anyone's ever been, so don't go to Tenderloin. And we're walking along, and there was a guy came out of nowhere in like a wheelchair. He had no legs or clothes. So I think the fact that he had no clothes was more alarming than the fact he had no legs, and he was on a really old wheelchair, and he's just like making a noise like
Just scatting the naked scatting man.
It's like the naked. I didn't know.
Is that what it became of the
Yeah,
scat
just-
man?
he was not in a good
Or
way.
passed this guy in the street and he went, beep, bop, 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 bop,
Well, I
bop.
was there with my sister, and I was like, "Oh, just you keep you safe."
Oh,
and
you don't
blah,
want
blah.
your sister
No.
around the legless?
No,
You
absolutely
fucking
not.
aimless cunt.
But though he was like a spider human, it was like, except
It's
ironically,
the reverse of the spider human. He has less than 4 legs.
no legs. But see, and I
Wasn't
was
that
like,
the
"What's it on?"
Spider Man? Was just a legless guy.
The irony.
Is it 8 wheelchairs?
But he, yeah. I mean, what would that be? The like, Dr. Octo? I don't know, Dr. Octo?
Your pun game is
No,
10 out of 10 today.
It's not good.
Dr.
I
Octo!
was going to say Dr. Octopus. That was one end of the thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is a Spider Man.
But I was going to say Dr. Octo chair, but that's just fucking stupid. But that was fine, and so he came scatting along, and I was like, "Hey, we're not in Kansas anymore." And then I was like, this other like group of people smoking a fucking crack pipe in the street, and then I looked over, and one of the guys looked at me. He goes, "Hey, what are you staring at, you white ass?" And
Oh,
I
so he wasn't saying it the cool way? Like,
No,
you,
no.
you lit his crack pipe? And
No,
he's
no,
like,
he's like-
oh, you're my white boy.
No, he's like, "What are you looking at, you white ass?" And I was like, "A white? That's an oxymoron. That doesn't make any sense." And then I was like, no, that man. I thought to myself, maybe the holiday tan's looking dope that he calls me. But we walked on by, and then at this point, I was like, 'cause my sister had been.
When you looked in a mirror, and you
Could have been.
were
I
black,
just said that to myself.
You were black.
Yeah.
You,
I thought you meant I saw myself. Went, "What are you looking at, white ass?"
no, you're just looking on your black.
But then we were walking on the street, and I was like, "We need to hurry out of this part of town. This is not good where we want to be here." And then
You'd
at the
look
very
like
end,
Uncle Phil if you were black.
I do look like Uncle Phil.
You're a white Uncle Phil. Can you throw me out of the front of this podcast?
Yeah,
studio?
I'm just going to hug you really tight.
Ah!
But so as we're
Spazzy
heading out,
Jeff.
the last one we saw was this like guy, and he shouted over me. All I heard him say was, "Hey, you should be in a pedophile gang." And I was like, "What?" And I got really annoyed at this point because I was stressed out. Like, "What'd you say to me? You should be in a pedophile gang." I got annoyed at him. I was going to have fucking words with him, and my sister pulled me away. I was like, "Fucking!"
I am in a pedophile gang.
And I was really raging. I'm like, "How did they discover me?" But as I got up further away, she was like, "Why were you so annoyed there?" And I was like, "A fucking piece of shit said I should be in a pedophile gang. Fuck, what does he know me? How does he know that shit?" And then she went, "Oh, he didn't say it. He said you should be in an NFL game because you're a big guy." And I was like, right, okay." So guys like, just give me a compliment. "You should be in an NFL game." I was like, "What? Pedophile gang?"
So the way you said it sounded like he
Yeah.
was propositioning you.
Yeah.
You should be in a paedophile. Do you want to play? We meet up on Saturdays.
But a
in the
paedophile
park.
gang? For sure, yeah, absolutely. Sign me up. What do you need to do? I've got a big coat. Get in. You know.
How awkward? No way you can get like paedophile like gangs. How awkward must the initial meeting of those be?
Yeah.
Just being like, "Hi, you Simon? Yeah,
Yeah.
Like kids, I do.
It'd be like, we're a very special club. The first rule of pedophile gang is
it catered?
yeah.
Who's making the don't touch them sandwiches? I made them for the pedo meeting on Sunday.
I know. Imagine that. Like, well,
Who likes mini quiches?
Who's bringing the teas and the top hats? It's
all mini food.
Yeah. And then boiled sweets, because that's the chosen choice of the pedo. Like fucking Werther's Originals and fucking brandy balls.
Some guys eating Haribo and like, fuck, that's the bait. Fucking
Yeah.
leave that alone.
That's what I remember. I gave advice to pedophiles in a previous episode. I said, get better sweets. Get Haribo sours. The kids love them. You know, I'm not gonna see a kid come over and have a butterball and go, I'll buck you for
Sorry,
that.
why is that
way.
kid crying? She's not. She's had a tang fasting.
I know, exactly.
In the back of the van.
Maybe that's what it is. It's laced. They got off Buzz Lightyear and they're fucking...
I mean, they can't call for help because the cherry's overwhelming them and they're like...
Oh, tremendous. Oh, no. There we go. It's time to go for
Ah,
dinner. So,
I
guys...
like that.
And it's weird, isn't it? So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fun
It's
episode.
like a Goosebumps Aaron Butler.
It is exactly is what it is. Willie, thanks for coming on. That was probably
Thank you for
getting us
having
both
me.
cancelled. Happy Christmas.
Thank you. Happy Christmas, pedophiles.
I'm the sly guy.